Hey, what's happening? Chris Brown here. I want to share with you 3 foundational pillars that will allow you to understand how to go out there and grow your fitness business in the modern day. All right, there are 3 things specifically that you need to understand that if you want to grow a business of stature and success, that are going to be requirements. So number 1 is your mindset, the way that you think every day, the person you show up to be every day. It's much less important to have a to-do list. It's much more important to have a to-be list, right? Who do I need to become to generate the results that I want in my life? You could have a to-do list as long as your arm. Reality is that if you're not showing up to be the person that has to do that every day, or the person that can do that every day, or the person that can produce that every day, you are not going to grow. You're just not. You're going to have this list that gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and never gets done. So your mindset is the foundation that you build everything else upon. If you don't believe you can build a 100K a year business, then you're never going to do it. If you don't believe that it's possible for you to generate 500K a year, you're never going to do it. If you don't show up to be a better person every single day, you're never going to do it. If you value sleep more than you do success, you're never going to do it. If you don't have the discipline to go to bed at a normal, reasonable time and to get up early to crush the day, you're never going to do it. So focus less on what you've got to do and more on who you have to become. Number 2, the model that you choose to grow your business will determine your income. It's simple. If you have personal training as your model right now, you are only going to be limited by the amount of hours a day that you can physically work. And you're going to be limited by the amount of years that you can sustain that work, right? Think about that for a sec. You have to understand that your ability to grow your business is determined on your output. If your output is heavy over time, and it's relying upon you doing the work every single day, you're going to get to a point in the future, a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whenever it is, that you just get fed up and sick and tired and burnt out. Maybe they're already. And so the model you choose is not only going to determine the income you make today, it's going to determine the income you make a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now. Because you're not going to be able to sustain the work that you do today for a long period of time without anything changing. I guarantee, if you're watching this and you're doing 20 to 30 hours of PT right now, imagine doing this for the next 10 years. And just feel that shudder go through your body. I know that you're doing this because your family needs you to, or you assume they do. I know that you're doing this because you haven't got another way to generate income right now. But the truth is, it's not sustainable. One thing will break, you or your business. Usually you first and your business second. And so the model you choose is going to determine the income you have. And if you do not have a sustainable model to grow, where you can constantly replace yourself and build a team of people to support you on the mission to change many people's lives, you are going to fail and burn out. Number 3, the marketing that you do every day in your business has to fuel everything else. You can have the best thoughts in the world, the most strategic mindset, you can have the most positive, driven mind. But if you don't have marketing to sustain that model, you are never going to be able to grow your business. Quite honestly, simply, it's never going to happen. You've got to understand that. It's a fundamental factor that the marketing is going to fuel the results you produce in your business. If you're here today and you're making $2,000 a month and you continually do what you do for the next year, I guarantee you're going to be making less than $2,000 a month, or just about the same. If you're doing the same thing, same output, same effort, same everything, you're going to either sustain or slightly decline. And because what you do today is less effective a year from now. But if you want to grow your business, you have to understand that marketing is going to fuel your ability to grow every single month. And more so, the difference between amateur marketing and professional marketing is that most people who are amateurs are going to focus their time on engagement and content that never gets promoted. Literally sticking out a Facebook status and writing a piece of content and that's it and it's gone. That's never really going to do much for you. It might do something with the impact of the people that you can see, but beyond that, it's not going to do much. Now, strategically creating a piece of content that you promote to hundreds of thousands of people, that's going to have much, much more impact than the 10 blog posts that you write that 20 people like in collective, right? It does not matter. Like, how many times have you gone out there and created a piece of content, you put it on social media, and like your friend or your mum comments on it? Right? Like, that's not going to help you, right? You've got to understand that you have to be able to drive people through advertising to your business if you want to survive and thrive. The Facebook platform is an example. Just because it has one of the most powerful advertising platforms is getting more and more competitive and more difficult to win on. So the longer that you leave this, the more difficult it's going to become for you to scale your business over time. So if we understand that our mindset's fucked and the way that we think about what we can achieve, the way that we show up every day, our model is broken in the fact that it's not going to allow us to scale whilst reducing our hours. We should be able to increase our income and reduce the time output over time. And then if the marketing isn't sustainable to grow that business, then guess what? Eventually, burnout is your destination. Failure is your destination. And you're going to contemplate your life. You're going to look at your relationship and say, you know what? I've neglected my kids. I've neglected my wife. I've neglected my husband. I've neglected my friends. I've neglected my social life, my hobbies for a period of time, and I no longer can do this. You're going to go, fuck it, blow it all up, and then go back to something that you despise or hate. All right? So understand 3 pillars to grow your business: the mindset, the model that you choose, and the marketing that you do. All right? That's it. Peace.